Hi, Miss Tyler's class. Here we're going to go over the review for your quiz tomorrow and also your test on Tuesday. All right, so we need to complete the square. Make sure that you are actually using this method. I know that a lot of us like opposite of b over 2a, but that is what we will use down here for number 2. Okay, so for completing the square, you have to start with make parentheses around both terms with an x. Then we're going to move this one out of the way and we're going to add some spaces. So I'm going to have my function is negative 2x squared minus 8x plus something. We're going to be adding something to create a perfect square. We slid the minus 1 out of the way. Anything we add in here, we have got to undo out here. Okay, so now what's really important is to make sure that this x squared has a coefficient of 1. Well, right now that's not, so we got to pull that out. Okay, so I'm going to have my function equals negative 2, which now is our a value. This is telling me my parabola is going to open down, and it's going to have a parabolic slope of negative 2. And so now I'm left over with x squared plus 4x, because I'm dividing negative 8 by negative 2. And I am still, though, always adding inside. Okay, then I have minus 1, and then I'm going to undo whatever I add. Okay, now we want to take my b and divide it by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then we're going to square that, which is 4. This directly goes here. No matter what we get, whenever we square that, will be this positive. But technically, if we were to, undo. If we were to ask ourselves, oh my gosh, hold on, sorry about this. Still learning this. Okay, if we were to distribute this, we would add negative 8. Negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8. So out here, we're going to actually add 8. This would be negative 8 in here. It will be a positive 8 out here. Now we can complete the square and get our vertex form. So our function will be negative 2. Square root is x. Square root of 4 is 2. And we're adding. Another little trick is look over here when we divide that b by 2 and we get a positive 2, we have x plus 2. Okay, that quantity squared, negative 1 plus 8 is going to give me a positive 7. So my vertex is going to be opposite negative 2, same positive 7. My axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative 2. So right here, here is my axis of symmetry. And my vertex will be located directly on there. So we're at negative 2 and we're going to go up to a positive 7. And then I know that I'm going to go down to over 1. That's my a value, is that negative 2. That's that slope. And I can draw a parabola. All right, so it's not too bad. Now we want to look at the axis of symmetry, actually finding that x value. Okay, so x is going to be equal to the opposite of b over 2a. And my b value is 12, so the opposite is a negative 12. And my a value is a 2, so 2 times 2. So I have negative 12 over 4. My x value is a negative 3. Now I need to take this x value and plug it back into my function so I can get my y value. So f of negative 3 is going to be 2 times negative 3 squared plus 12 times negative 3 plus 16. So negative 3 squared is 9, so this is going to be 18 plus 12 times negative 3 is actually negative 36, so minus 36 plus 16. 18, we have negative 18 plus 16 will leave me with a negative 2. In this case, I actually found an x value, I found my y value. That is exactly my vertex. The negative 3, you don't change the sign there, and a negative 2. When I actually put it into vertex form, that is when it changes. So my a value will stay the same as a 2. And then I have x. My x value of my vertex right now is negative, so it's going to be a positive 3. That's where it changes. Squared minus 2. So at negative 2, oh man, my little mistakes. My axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative 3, my Vux line. So here we go. That's my axis. And my vertex is going to be negative 3 down 2. And my slope is going to be up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And there is my parabola. Ooh, that was horrible, but you get the picture. All right. So now we want to use either one, either method, whatever you like best. Since I'm going to say that the most popular was actually when I was kind of reading through all your stuff and getting all the responses from you guys, you really enjoyed the opposite of b over 2a better. So we're going to just use this. If you want to complete the square, absolutely, no problem. So here the opposite of 6 is going to be negative 6 over 2 times my a value is a negative 1. So I have negative 6 over negative 2. Negatives cancel to a positive. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. And then f of 3 will be negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 minus 8, which is a negative 9 plus 18 minus 8. Negative 9 plus 18 is a positive 9 minus 8 equals 1. So my vertex is going to be 3, 1. My axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 3. And my vertex form, I will have f of x equals, my a value is going to stay the same. It's going to be a negative x minus 3, opposite, plus 1. Hope you guys are so far feeling confident. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Here's my axis. At 3, 1, that's my vertex. It's going to open down and go down 1 over 1. And 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And there's my parabola. Beautiful. All right. Next page. Let's see what's going on. All right. I think I'm going to have to make a new video for the next page. So